Sam, welcome to Rope Dope Radio. How you doing tonight?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great, thanks. Well, Freddie Roach made the comment that he was concerned that Pacquiao might have a hard time getting up for the fight with you, and also Alex Ruiz's comment about how he felt that Pacquiao's sparring partners were tougher than you. Do you think that they really believed that, or do you think that they were trying to get in your head and use psychological warfare on you?
I just laugh at that, man. I laugh at that. I don't know what they thinking or what they looking at, what films they looking at, but I have to laugh at that, man. I really don't read too much about what they're saying. I really don't care too much about it because they don't really, Freddie Roach is not going to be in the ring fighting me. Manny Pacquiao is the one who's going to be in the ring fighting me. So, I just pretty much just stick to what I do, man, and that's win. That's break fighters down and win. It's no different in this fight. Same thing. I'm fighting the best fighter, one of the best fighters in the world. Hands down. Floyd and Manny, they're the two best in the world. Period. And I mean, he has a huge name, a huge following. But it's still at the end of the day, it's still a fight, man. It's still a fight to me. It's just a fight. It's not. It's the biggest fight of my career, yes, but it's still a fight. So whatever they say, I think is baloney. Honestly, Freddie Roach, he knows me, man. He knows exactly what I bring to the table. He can say whatever he wants, make Manny look better or whatever, but he knows exactly what I bring to the table, man. He respects me, regardless of what he says about the whole headbutt situation. Pacquiao got headbutted in his last fight. His last couple of fights. If you go back and you look at the Shane Mosley fight, it was like 3 or 4 headbutts in that fight. He didn't get cut, but it was still like 3 or 4 headbutts. In the Shane Mosley fight, he got 20-something stitches from Marquez from a headbutt. So, I mean, they're like, oh, well, Bradley has a history of headbutting. Dude, you got headbutted like your last couple of fights. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, now you're going to bring it attention like, oh, Bradley headbutts? Like, dude, come on, man. Like, you guys, like, I'm sick of the whole headbutting thing. That thing is like, it's like, and the whole head jokes is just like, dude, I'm just like, whatever. I done heard every joke there is possible, so it's like getting kind of old. I'm getting kind of burnt out on it because, that's all people say about me, and that's it. They don't talk about my skills. They don't talk about, how my tenacity in the ring. They don't see. I fight with a different type of, tenacity than most fighters do, man. I'm intense in the ring, all the time. And you can't get comfortable in the ring with me, man. So, really don't pay attention to what people say, man, nowadays.
I heard some people say that if Pacquiao lands one big straight left hand on you, that it could be over. But the fact remains his last 4 fights went the distance. He hasn't scored a knockout since 2009. Do you think Pacquiao's power is overrated at welterweight, and do you feel it will play a factor in this fight at all?
Pacquiao won't hurt me in this fight. He won't hurt me in this fight. I'm not going anywhere in this fight. Regardless. I've been hit by middleweights, heavyweights, whatever, man. I've been hit by big guys, dude. He's not going to hurt me, man, because he can't hit what's not there, man. He's not. I mean, the only thing really Pacquiao has going for him is his left hand. If you eliminate that, I mean, there's nothing else. I'm not worried about the right hook at all. He's trying to develop it. I see that, but the left hand, you just got to avoid it. There's power in that left hand. He's not going to hurt me, man. I'm serious. And if he does, whatever. But to me, I don't think he's going to be able to hurt me. Honestly, man. He can land it flush on the chin, and we're going to see after the first round. If he lands a big left, and I eat it, it's going to be a long night. It's going to be a long night for him.
Now, in my opinion, I've always thought of Manny Pacquiao as more or less a mid-range fighter. I feel that if a fighter creates space just like Marquez did and turns him, he could be forced to reach and get caught off balance. But on the flip side, I also feel that if someone with quick feet gets inside and smothers him, they can take away that space he needs to extend that left hand and turn it over properly. A lot of people call me crazy, but I can actually see this fight going the same way your fight with Alexander did, with you having a lot of success on the inside. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on that? And do you feel that there's more than one way to skin a cat in this fight?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I think that, the way you looked at it, the way you analyzed everything, man, looked at the both styles, looked at, Pacquiao, I think you did a great job, in doing so. I see a couple of ways that I can handle it and approach this fight, and, I'm definitely going in training camp. Already prepared, man. It was weird. I went to the gym today, and, like my trainer and I, I've been studying the fights for a while now, You know, we're both on the same page. You know, like he's doing things that Pacquiao likes to do, and I'm already reacting to him because I already have a plan already. You know, so I mean, you know, you can take a couple approaches in this fight. You can be the counterpuncher, and you can take the space away. I mean, you know, it just depends on how Pacquiao comes out, and I'll make the adjustment in the ring. You know, if he comes out blazing fast, of course I'm gonna be very cautious. But if he comes out slow, of course I'm gonna take it to him. You know, at times. So, you know, it just depends on what he's gonna bring. I think he's gonna storm out the gate and just come straight to me and try to finish me off in a few rounds. You know, and he's going to run into trouble, man, you know, because I'm a really good counterpuncher. You know, I have really good timing, man.
Is 147 going to be your new weight class from now on, or are you going to wait till after this fight with Pacquiao before you make that decision?
You know what, 147, I'm going to wait till after to make that decision. Honestly, I really don't see myself moving up to 47 unless it's, you know, a big fight. And, you know, 140, it's still got a lot of guys down there that I can face. You know, at 140, I feel I'm a lot stronger. I have the advantage at 140 pounds as opposed to 147, you know, pounds. But either or, man, really, honestly, dude, like, it really doesn't matter. You know, it just depends on the type of fights at 147.
Well, yeah, because the reason why I asked that is because Amir Khan's going to be going up to 147. Devin's already up there. Mm-hmm. And those are two good fights, I think, that would be great for you.
Yeah.
I don't know what your opinion on that is.
Well, Amir got to get past Lamar Peterson again, and I don't think he's going to pass that challenge. And you know, after Lamar Peterson beat him again, he's going to disappear from boxing, you know, for a very long time. But I think Devin looked really good his last fight. You know, I think he's still a great fighter. You know what I mean? Especially going up to 147 pounds. You know, if he continue on to dominate, and you know I continue to dominate, and I win this fight or something. I mean, I see, you know, all the options out there. There's a lot of options, man. I mean, Marquez is still there. You know, it's just so many options for me, man. I really don't know what I would do. It all boils down to this fight, man.
A lot of people talked about this fight with Pacquiao before and wanted it to happen a few years ago when both of them and Pacquiao were at junior welterweight. Do you see it as a tougher fight now than maybe it would have been back then? And do you ever think to yourself, imagine if I did fight him back then and beat him? We wouldn't have this phenomenon that we now have today.
Right. Well, you know, I think that every dog has his day. The timing has to be right, you know, and I think this is the perfect time, you know, for me and Pacquiao to fight. You know, I definitely had to build myself and, build just through fights, man, through everything. You know, I fought two lefties, you know, my last couple of fights, you know, which I dominated both fights, you know, just preparing, you know, going overseas, you know, fighting in this big show that I just had in November on a Pacquiao card. Definitely prepared me for the crowd, definitely prepared me for, you know, all the cameras and things like that. I got a little taste of that, so, like, you know, I'm over that. I've overcame that, you know what I mean? So now I'm the main attraction. You know, it's not going to be any different than what it was. It's just the fact that I'm fighting the last fight of the night, you know, as the main attraction, you know, and that's pretty much it, man. But I think it's the perfect timing. You know, if I would have fought him earlier, you know, I might have not been ready. But, man, I'm so confident, man. I'm so confident in my ability, so confident in you know, my training, what I do, my team, and I'm confident that I can win this fight, man. Just so confident.
So would you say that maybe you've gotten better and he may have dipped a little bit, and that's why this fight's so interesting now?
Well, I think that styles make fights. I just think that he's been having a couple of tough matchups, man. I don't know about dipping, you know, because Pacquiao is Pacquiao, man. He's still aggressive, still comes forward, still fires those combinations. I just think that stylistically, you know, when he fought against Shane was very defensive, you know, and just kind of turned him, circled him. And, it's hard to look good against a guy that don't want to fight, man. You know what I mean? And when that night, I watched it live. I saw Shane. I'm a huge Shane Mosley fan, man. You know, but he didn't come to fight, man. He did not come to fight that night. You know, and Pacquiao did whatever he could to try to make the fight, you know, worth something. But you know, it's hard to fight a defensive fighter, man. You know, and against Marquez, it's just always tough because he knows him very well. You know, he knows Marquez knows him very well because he's fought him 3 times. It's just like sparring. You know, the first session, oh, it's okay. The second session, it gets better. Third session, shoot, you should already have this guy dialed in. Like, he shouldn't even be able to deal with you then, you know.
So would you say that maybe you've gotten better and he may have dipped a little bit, and that's why this fight's so interesting now?
You know,
Well, Tim, that was my last question. I want to thank you very much for taking the time out today, and I wish you the very best on
Oh, no problem.